First of all, thanks, Minister, for the debate. I think the first thing we have to do is give our condolences to people who, or the families of people who have died over the last month or 6 weeks, and also to thank the farming community right around the country and indeed right around Europe for keeping the flag flying, and also where their produce is being processed or whatever, because I think that people that once was kicking the daylights out of farmers should now appreciate what they have done in our time of crisis. Minister, I have a few questions. My understanding is that Europe has, my understanding is that they have passed or are passing that the single farm payment, or the BPS, is going to roll over for a year or for two, that there's a proviso for 2 years. Is that set in stone yet? And if that is there, are we also, the glass scheme in the environmental scheme, will that be rolled over as well until we have the new package especially in light of Brexit and the situation we're in at the moment? Minister, the rules in the EU at the moment seems to be that basically you can give state aid or you can help out in situations. The rule book has been basically tore up fairly well in the line of rules and regulations throughout Europe. And one thing that France done, and I've heard a question earlier that was put down to you, one thing that France done a few years ago where their computer system had glitched in a scheme similar to GLAS, they paid the money out of the exchequer to the farmers and then recouped it when it came back. Are we considering doing anything for the farming community in the line of bringing the payments forward, taking it out of national exchequer, which we're allowed to do, by the way, and take it back then when it comes in the envelope from Europe? On top of that, Minister, in the line of a beam scheme, and I know we had our our conference, or where each rep was talking to you a few weeks ago and to your officials, is there cattle are at 340 at the moment. Sheep are dropping, I think it's €15 per lamb today. Is there a scheme being brought up by your department to try and put a life under this? I know that the intervention or that the cuts that's going may help, but like the figures that Europe has given, you'd spend it in Ireland in a week, not to mind what 26 or 7 countries is going to do. I thought it was a derisory amount of money in the whole of Europe effort when you look at, what we actually produce, be it in milk or beef or sheep. Are we going to do something to help those farmers? In the line of COVID, the payment, I want to be clear on, is there going to be, if you're not working somewhere else, if you're just a farmer, can you get it? And the other question is the plants around the country. Has your department and the numbers of people that have been, in isolation or have been confirmed cases? And what do you intend to do if there's a shutdown still for the next few weeks on the 7-month ANC?